Okay, hello everyone, and I'm here to talk about Vladimir Prop's character theory. Now, you may be wondering, who is Vladimir Prop? Well, not Vladimir Prop, Todorov Prop. Todorov Prop was a vocalist and scholar in Russia and German philosophy. He eventually became a college teacher teaching German. Now, if you've never heard of a folklorist, it's a person who writes and studies folklore. Now, folklore are basically stories, legends, fairy tales, and music. It's all kind of ways of telling stories. And what's his theory? Todorov Prop's theory was mainly applied to fairy tales, but it could be applied to most modern films nowadays, especially animated films. But what he did is split films into storylines to sections, and it's quite similar to Todorov's theory, but slightly different in his own version. And he made a list of character roles. And I thought four could apply to it. I watched it recently, so I thought, well, apply this to this. And well, obviously, we have the hero, who is for the villain is the frost giant leader, I forgot his name. The donor is the Odin, obviously, so the father of Thor and Loki. The helpers are people who find Thor, so people who actually find him over. And then the princess, the girl had a stuffed son, Jane, I think her name is. I'm not quite sure. And then the father of the research girl, Dispatcher, the father of Thor, which was Odin, and then obviously Loki, because we all think he's a good guy until he tries to then kill his father and take the throne. So I've spoiled that for you, if you've seen the film. Now, this also, I mean, Todorov's theory also applies to this. And Todorov was a philosopher and an essayist. He was a film critic for a while, and eventually came up with a theory that we know today as Todorov's narrative theory. But quite similar, but you'll see. Todorov's narrative theory is a basic theory of narratives with films, mainly within the fairy tale genre. But these kind of include films like Disney, like fantasy films, you know, kind of animated, sort of younger people. But the basis of the theory is basically at first we have the equilibrium. This is where everything is stable, and then we have the disruption. This is where the villain disrupts everything, makes everything, you know, just tip the bucket over or whatever. Then we have the recognition of the disruption and the attempt to restore it, and then eventually the new equilibrium. And a really good example was Frozen, and we all love Frozen, right? The first beginning, there's the equilibrium, so at the beginning here we have everything, you know, with peace and civilization, and then all of a sudden Elsa puts everything in time of winter, and everyone's affected by it, as you can see in this image here. And it's kind of the recognition of the disruption that has been made. And then we have the attempt to restore the equilibrium, and Elsa tries to talk to her sister to come back and fix everything. And then we have the equilibrium being restored. I mean, I know in a few bits where the Hans is revealed as the true villain. That could also be the disruption as well. So there could be two disruptions in this film. But I mean, a lot of films do have kind of like slight alterations to the theory, but they still apply really well. And the Prop theory also really applies to this film really well. An example of the false hero, which is Hans, who pretended to love Elsa and was secretly plotting to take over as the king. So that's, I mean, they're both really, really similar things, but they really integrate together, and that works quite well. And that's my basic kind of like overview of, well, Todorov's theory and Prop's theory. Thank you.